All right, so I've had a couple people ask me whether they should get into an NFT project at mint or wait until after mint and after the reveal and get into it at that point. Well, there's pros and cons to both sides. Let's talk about like minting first. When you first buy in before it's minted, and you're buying in at mint. Generally, a lot of times this is going to be one of the very cheapest times that you can enter into that project. The reason for this is after they become revealed, then the cheapest ones will generally be a little bit higher than mint price. Sometimes for a lot of projects, there is an initial little crash right after mint where they'll fall a little bit below mint price just because the people that were buying a bunch of minted NFTs were hoping to get the really rare ones and then flip them for a quick profit. And if they get one, they might sell that one for higher to just cover the expense of the rest of the ones, and they just sell them to get rid of them really fast. So that's why that can happen initially right after the reveal process is done. But so other than that, for minting, the reason why you want to get in at mint is basically you're going to get a cheaper price or the cheapest price likely to happen for that project. From there, generally speaking, they're going to go up unless it crashes and goes to zero, which is always a possibility. So with that being said, another reason why you might want to buy in at mint is that you're going to not really know what you're getting. This can be a pro and a con though, because you could buy one for mint price of, say, Wuxi World, for example, minted at 0.11. Well, people got a super rare Wuxi and then were able to sell it immediately right after the reveal for a couple Ethereum or more. Like that's going from a couple $100 to a couple $1,000 minimum. And so you just got lucky at that point. But so on the flip side, say you don't get a lucky one, you just get a really common one, you buy in at mint, that's generally going to be your lowest price. So you hold it for a couple weeks, couple months, and then you can generally sell it for a little bit higher as long as the project is doing well and staying on track. So here's the downside of buying at mint also. You don't know what you're getting into. You don't know how the project is going to perform. So you don't know is the project going to withstand itself after that initial first little crash after the reveal process? Is it going to stick around? Is it going to go back up in value? You don't have the answers to this. You don't know. For all you know, it could go to zero right after the reveal process is done. That is a possibility. It's a risk that you're going to have to take, but you're going to be getting in a lot cheaper than if you were to wait and see how that project's going to go on and do. For example, now let's go to buying an NFT after the reveal process is done, after mint. You're basically buying it in the secondary market, which is OpenSea for most cases. And at this point, the reason why some people would want to do this is you know what you're getting into, you know what you're buying. You can wait a month, 2 months, a year after the mint process, after the reveal process is completely done, and you know the community you're getting into, you know the project you're getting into. You can generally have a pretty good idea of whether you think the project is going to continue to do well or kind of suffer and do worse. And obviously you're not going to buy into those projects like that. For example, CryptoPunks are, in my opinion, going to be around for a very, very, very long time. And it's a great project to get into. Now, downside of it, they're very expensive because of that. People are aware that it's a great project and that it's something that they should get into and that it's probably going to be around for a very long time. And so the price reflects that. So that's kind of the downside of getting in after mint and waiting to know for sure that that project is going to do well, is you're going to pay a higher price because of that. And so that kind of turns a lot of people away. So in my opinion, the safer bet would be to pay more for a better project that you know for a fact is going to do well. When you're buying in at mint, you're almost kind of gambling a little bit unless you really, really know the team behind it. And even then, there's a chance that it may not go how they plan. It may not do very well. So it's a lot riskier to me buying in at mint than it is waiting for months after the fact to see how the project performs. But you're going to pay that higher price with it. So if you're just starting out, just getting into the space, a lot of it's really going to depend on how much money you have to invest for it. If you only have a couple $100, a couple $1,000, you're probably going to need to get into some projects at mint. If you have a lot more than that, you're going to have the option to get into, like, say, CryptoPunks right now, whereas it's probably still a great investment, but you're going to be paying $50,000, $100,000, $300,000 to get into the space, to get into that project. So it kind of depends on where you're at and what you feel comfortable with. So this reason, I'd say always make sure you do your own research. I just released a video talking about kind of some very basic research things that you can do, and one of those main key things was to look at the team developing the project. That's going to be the main variable in its success, is just how well that team can continually perform and do for that project. So thanks for watching. I want to make sure and thank everyone that has liked, commented, and subscribed. It really means a lot. It really helps my channel. I just thank you all so much. It means a ton to me. And thank you for watching.